As we always mention, with Marcos, we are the founders of Automate RevOps. We help sales professionals and teams to be able to implement Clay and different AI automated processes inside their companies, to apply for GTM processes, for getting new leads, for improve the closing rate, even improving your RevOps processes like CRM enrichment and so on. So we have different experience among different companies, and we love to help you by delivering trainings, delivering. We have our Clay Hacker Playbook, which is a done-yourself process, which you can read it and start implementing yourself. But if you like to have our support, we'll be happy to help you in our Clay coaching program. As well, we are launching a new service that is done for you, LinkedIn Growth AI automation. So this is brand new and will be really interesting to share with you some results after a while. Okay, so today we're going to talk about master LinkedIn content creation. In previous webinars, we have discussed about how you can create different GTM motions in LinkedIn for reaching out to cold leads, reaching out to hot leads, tagging your conversations as well. Actually, we'll have another webinar, I think next week, about commenting as well. Commenting on LinkedIn is really powerful because it will help you to nurture your leads. It will help you to stand out among other LinkedIn users and among other LinkedIn really hype content creators. So you're able to reach their audience as well. If you do it properly, it won't cost you a lot of time, and it will increase the visibility of your profiles by 10x. So it's really, really effective. Okay, but today, one thing that we discussed previously is how you can use Clay to create content for LinkedIn. And this is a really good topic because creating content is not easy to do. It's not a process that you can automate with just using GPT. You need to make it properly. You need to be able to understand how you can create content in an effective way, and we will walk you through how we do it today. But also, it's really time consuming. So our processes, if you understand it and if you start applying it, will speed up that process and will help you to deliver great quality content in no time. So our promise for you today is that we will walk you through the framework that we have in our company to create content. Not every piece of content is created by using this system, but most of them is. And so it's really, really interesting the amount of time that we are saving on using these systems. So this skill of creating content will help you to stand out and create this authority on LinkedIn. And by having more authority, you will know that your sales will be smoother and probably you will be able to close more leads in less time. So that's the effect of creating powerful content. As well as if you create some lead magnets, probably you will get really noticed and get a lot of hype on LinkedIn.
Yeah, and also generate inbound leads from the post itself. It's a great way and still a great, revenue-driven activity for pipeline.
Totally. So one question for you. What's your biggest pain right now in terms of creating content for LinkedIn? Are you creating content for LinkedIn? How often are you creating content? Let us know. You can put your answer on the chat so we can start seeing that. Time consuming, says Natalia. Yeah. Time. Yeah, we are on the same page here. when we started creating content, first of all, we didn't know how to create content, effective content. And if you are in kind of in our generation, probably you have used Instagram, you have used Facebook, and you can see that a lot of brands are creating content in a way. But if you start assessing how content is created on LinkedIn, it's really different. And you need to study how you can create content on LinkedIn. And there are different parts of a content you need to master. Uh, and if you're not a copywriter, you can struggle a lot of time creating a copy that won't perform really good. So the idea here is that we can talk about how you can automate that process and help you streamline it. Creating content for LinkedIn once every 2 weeks, time consuming. Yeah, totally. You're not doing it. Getting consistent messages that hit pain points of customers, how to do over a long period of time, less impressions, wish to start it, but time is constrained. Yeah, time is a major problem here, probably for most of us. And that's why our approach is to leverage on the time that you already are spending on creating content and you didn't notice it. So we're going to talk about this today. Okay, time is a major problem here. We know that. Creating quality content can take you 3 or 4 hours per week minimum. If you want to create lead magnets, probably it will take you more time. We really know that lead magnets are really, really effective and work. We started like that last year and we created a lot of lead magnets. I remember our target was to create one lead magnet per week in some time. And it was really time consuming, but really effective as well. Second problem, probably personalization, how you can create content that really that it's really interesting for your ICP, that really hits them on a personal level, in that way that they can feel like you understood them and you are able to help them. And also, knowing what works and what doesn't work, it's difficult on LinkedIn because you have the analytics metrics, but you don't have like a way to understand if the hook was correct, if the content was correct, if the image was correct. So that's an issue that you can extract easily those insights from LinkedIn and process it. We're gonna talk about that as well. So our approach consists on a systemic solution. As always, we always want to create systems that we can leverage to be able to do things at scale, but maintaining the quality. That is really challenging because we know that when you start automating, you need to delegate things to the system and you need to trust the system, and that's difficult because you're putting your brand, your personal brand at stake. So it's relevant to make it in a big quality or high quality content. So what we are doing in our system is we are leveraging what you're already doing, that is sales calls, client interactions, meeting with clients, webinars, whatever content that you have that you already are recording using Zoom, like we are recording this even right now, and probably we're gonna create content based on this webinar as well. We're gonna create content based on every sales calls, on every meeting with our clients, and then we decide if the content is good enough to be posted. But we are creating content on autopilot, and that's amazing. And you can do that as well if you have meetings with your team as well. You can use all that content to be able
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
have all.
the sales calls transcript have become a fantastic asset for many of the automations we do and for content as well, because on a sales call you can, I mean, AI can identify when there is the aha moment, when the prospect finally converts or gets the value of what you're offering, mentions specific keywords, and then you can use all those insights to generate content for your profile, but also to generate copy for your outreach campaigns that we are not going to talk about on this session. But also this same data input, you can use it to automate the follow-up emails, to automate the PDF proposals with the right, branded formatting. So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to say that sales calls transcripts are a gold mine.
Totally. And if you are managing a sales team, kind of a team of more than 5 sales reps, probably you notice that those guys, those team members are generating content as well. And you can automate that and be able to help them create content at scale. So that's really, really powerful thing about a brand that have 15, 20, 50 reps that are creating content daily or weekly. So you can really position your brand in LinkedIn in no time. So that's the power of creating content in this way. Also, you can use other triggers to create content. I can show you today some of other ideas as well, but think it about all the content that your competitors are already creating and being able to create content based on any news in the market, being able to create content based on any needs that are published on LinkedIn or whatever other platform. So many ways that you can use what is already there, being able to transform into content. You can even monitor blog posts, being able to transform those blog posts into content with your thought leadership approach. So that's awesome. In order to do that,
It really is. Yeah.
Yeah. In order to do that, today we're going to cover how to transform your transcripts into content. So you need to have your transcripts. You need to have a template, a workflow to be able to transform that piece of transcript, that piece of text into a content idea and then into a post. But also you need to have the technology. So we're going to cover this today. Like Marcos was saying, cold transcripts are gold because you're getting your customer language, their pain points. You're getting the way that they spot when something is really relevant for them. You can use that. You can use their expressions as well that will resonate with them in a personalized ways because people that are in the same SCP probably use the same jargon, use the same words, the same phrases. So you can use that to create content. You can even use your own words. You can use what you explain to your clients, what you explain to your leads in those meetings as pieces of content. In some cases, we find that in these sales calls, we are explaining something to a lead, and then we thought that explanation was really interesting to share with other people. But if you don't get it into a transcript, you don't record it, you will miss it. So that's the important part of it. If you are using Zoom, you can record the meetings easily. You can download the meetings. We'll guide you through how we do it to get those meeting transcripts in make.com and being able to transform those transcripts into pieces of content that you can use. As well, you can use this to create use cases, examples, and many other use cases. But using cold transcript is really effective. Starting from transcripts, you will be able to create LinkedIn posts, you will be able to create case studies, you will be able to create newsletter content, you will be able to create blog posts, you will be able to create anything. It's not only for LinkedIn. Today we're covering LinkedIn, but if you have a SEO strategy, you might be able to create pieces of blog notes starting from those calls that really hit your client's pain points. So that's an interesting way to approach it as well. I don't want to invest a lot of time trying to letting you know the benefit of automating this, because it's really easily to understand that if you are investing 3 to 4 hours to create content, and if you do it automatically, you can invest, I would say, 4 hours to make the initial setup. But then to manage it, you can invest 2 hours per week compared to maybe 36 or 48 hours monthly, or 12 hours per week. So you will be saving a lot of time just by doing that. Of course, the content that you will gonna create is not as high quality as if you invest 48 hours just to craft a really good lead magnet. But if you do it consistently, it will drive you leads, it will drive you position on your market. So if you just are posting 1 post per week compared to posting 5 posts per week, it will increase your coverage for sure. Okay, so our process right now, it's like it's stated in this mirror board. Sorry, I can't show you. Oh, it's here. Give me 1 second there. It's this one.
Yeah, we normally work on the Miro board first before diving into Clay for implementing any flow. So then we can align behind the scope of the project, and we don't get lost into the Clay rabbit hole, which is what we are trying to avoid all the time.
Okay, so our process is start with this new recording transcript. So every time you have a meeting and you click on the start recording it, and you finish the meeting, Zoom, if you are recording it through Zoom, will let you know when the transcript is already done. So when you have the transcript, you can, in this case, we use make to process the transcript and tag the transcript, the meeting, if it was a sales call, if it was a coaching session, if it was another type of meeting, and use that tagging to be able to send that transcript in different processes. Because you can use the same process, for instance, to create a sales coach for you. So every time you have a sales meeting, you can have a feedback of your meeting in your Slack channel. And that's really, really effective as well. We are doing that as well. We're implementing that for clients as well. This is really useful. But if we are focusing today only on content, you can categorize different type of contents, and you can use AI to be able to create content based on your ICP, based on the categories that you can have to create content. And this process will create you the content idea, will create you the CTA, and any other parameters that you need to start the Clay workflow to create your LinkedIn posts, copies, and images. So the output will be the new content ideas and the CTA for sure. And after that, in Clay, you will be able to have a selector to approve or not that piece of content. Even right now, we have the capability to use AI to craft images. So if you would like to know how those images look like, we're gonna show you today. If you want to check out my latest post today, I make it fully with AI. Use AI to create images. This is something experimental. It's not what we're doing right now, because we think that probably this AI need to fine tune some things before creating images for posting.
I didn't approve that image to be posted, but it just happened. Yeah, no, I believe also that we are fine tuning this model. Is pretty new in terms of the visual. I mean, we've been using the system for getting like text post, or even getting the copy for the carousel. So then you can delegate to your graphic designer right away through a Slack notification. Once you have previously approved the post, you have approved the post text or caption, and the copy that goes into every carousel slide, for example, and then we send it to the graphic designer. That's something that you can also do with this.
Yeah. Right now we have a graphic designer in house, so she helped us to create the post images for the ones that are more complex and we need to have high quality. But in our cases, if you want to at least post something, maybe AI will be able to help you to create average quality pieces of images. In our process, first of all, we create free post draft of content from 3 different angles: listings, storytelling, and steps. So we have 3 different angles for the same topic, and then we use another AI process to create 50 titles for those content. So we know that in LinkedIn it's really relevant for you to create a title that is compelling, that is helping you to caught the attention of your audience. So in order to do that, we create a prompt that only focus on creating titles. And then we have another prompt that select the best titles and the best of the 3 angles, and then improve it and craft one single post that is higher quality. Scott is asking listening, storytelling, and steps, like 5 steps to do something. Yeah. And after having that post copy, you can have like a column where you can give them feedback. And if it's okay, you can already publish it. But if you need to add them some feedback, because most of the time AI will create something that is delusional, or you didn't do it, and that sounds really, really bad if you are started publishing something that you didn't do it. So the idea here is that you can give them feedback if the content is not good enough, and you will have the improved post in another column. And finally, we have a column that will took that copy and will create different angles of content creativities. So you can have a carousel idea, a GIF idea, a meme idea, an image, a video idea. So you can reframe the same copy for creating different types of content, and then you can use that the ones that you feel like it's better for you to publish it or to create the image as well. So that's the actual workflow. And if we go back in here, you'll notice that the steps that you need to implement it, I already mentioned them, but it's define your content format. That means that if you need to create some content and you want to follow a template, you can create your own templates. We have been using a scraper to scrape other LinkedIn creators and be able to get templates of title hooks. So we use those title hooks as an input for our prompt to be able to create title hooks for our new content. So the idea here is that you can scrape what is already working, and that will help you to speed up the process of learning what will work on your brand. Establish your brand voice guidelines. I will show you right now how we do it. Actually, we were changing something today because we know that this prompt to create image it wasn't good enough, so we were iterating on that. But you can give them just some images about your landing page, You can give the ChatGPT some images about if you have some brand colors palette, or you have like a brand
Yeah,
identity
the
document.
brand manual is the best you can give because it already has the different applications and it's the best asset you can feed the AI.
So with that, AI will be able to create you a document like this one, a layout structure. So it will give you like a step-by-step on how to create content, how to create images following your content guidelines, using your own colors, using your own typography, using your own graphic style, and so on. So, but in order to do that, you should have clarity in terms of what you want to show to your audience, you know. As well, the themes and categories that you are gonna be posting. We have an AI, a GPT that we created that will help you to identify some content pillars to post. We're gonna share with you as well. It's a kind of a process where it will ask you questions, and after you finish answering all the questions, it will give you some content ideas and some content pillars as well, so you can start using them. And the ICP to target the content is really important, because if you are targeting a sales leader, probably the content will be the same as if you are targeting the CEO of the company. So you have to have clarity about who are you targeting in the content, as well if you are targeting top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, or lower the funnel content. So that's really different, and you should have clarity on that before implementing this system. Then you should build your own transcript processing workflow. This is ours. As you can see, the process is start with watching for new transcript in Make. So every time we have a meeting, we wait half an hour, and this process starts and get the meeting details, store the data in our Make database, download the transcript, upload it into Google Drive, so we already have all the transcript in a Google Drive if we want to use it in the future. And then we use an AI to categorize the content, if it was a sales call or it was a coaching session. If it was a sales call, we also have a process to create a proposal, a personalized proposal, a follow-up email, and so on. But after having all this, we have a GPT here that process the transcript. It's able to, here it says, first of all, give us feedback about the sales call. If we want to have like a sales coach sending us messages in Slack after going out of the meeting, that's really effective. But also, it will give us content ideas. So the content ideas are 100% based on topics explicitly discussed in the meeting, no invented topics. Specific, interesting, and relevant for B2B consultant in this case. Align with current trends.
That'll be your ICP. I mean, that's you
Yeah,
specify your.
You should create your own prompt targeting your ICP here. Each idea must include precise words and phrases used in the meeting, because we want this content to be precise. We don't want to be delusional and create content about anything. Just use this sales call transcript. Each idea must end with a compelling call to action. Identify if the content comes from what we said or if the client said, because then we are gonna use that in the copy and customize this for our audience. And then you can have those kind of text formatting to be able to use it later in a JSON format, in an array, with the struct phrases, the idea, the source, the CTA. You can have kind of all the CTA ideas that you're gonna be using. For instance, if you want to subscribe to the newsletter, comment playbook, send us a DM, visit your website, whatever CTA that you want to use. You can have also a subcategory with all the pillars that you're gonna be talking about. So you give them to the GPT to be able to create content, but already categorized content. So then in Clay you will be able to be able to know how many pieces of content you have per category.
For each.
Yeah. So yeah, that's how this GPT works. And we do it outside Clay. Probably you are asking yourself why we do it outside Clay, because Clay doesn't have the capability to manage this transcript because they are really, really long files. So you need to use it in another tool like Make, like NAN, like you can use Zapier as well. Those are tools that are able to
I wonder how's
handle.
the Gong Clay integration going on that
This is
regard.
a
You
new
know,
one. This is a new one. We haven't tried out yet,
yeah, we
but
haven't,
probably will
but
be a good one.
Miguel has. Miguel, have you tried it?
If you
Maybe.
have tried it, let us know. I'm happy to have your reviews. So after that, we send all the content to a Google Sheet, and from that Google Sheet, we send it to Clay using another tool. But you're gonna see in Clay the workflow I'm gonna show you today, how it works. So just a quick recap, we capture a transcript, we tag and categorize the topic, we store it in a database, we create content ID and CTAs, and we send it to Clay. And after doing that, you should create your Clay table to handle that data. So you can import all that content, ideas, and CTAs into a Clay table. I want to show you how we're doing it and set up all the templates and configure the output formatting and so on. So let's jump into it. We were actually running some
posts.
Some posts to show you today how this AI feature works on Clay.
We'll
But
see.
Yeah, I want to see today that. But let's go into here. I'll show you this one.
In the meantime, we're offering a free 30-minute consultancy session for the ones that post about the workshop on LinkedIn. It's a good thing to post, valuable stuff on your profile. And if you guys can tag us, then we can reach out to schedule that consultancy session in return. Thank you.
All right, yeah, that's gonna be really valuable for you. I'm 100% sure. And if you are asking yourself, we anonymize the data from the calls. We don't use the name of our clients. We don't use the name of our leads. So don't worry. If you have a meeting with us, we won't use your name on the content. Okay, so you're gonna be having all this data in Clay, like the CTA, in this case, the source, category, content idea, and the phrases that were extracted from the transcript. Client said we're trying to make our event viral. That add-on would really be useful for us. So that's something specific that we discussed with one client this week. And it already used this subcategory here that we use this Clay selector format. And we use a formula here that takes the category from the transcript webhook, in this case is Apify, and select every possible subcategory. And then we have like a mother category that is another column that will identify in which mother category the subcategory depends on. And we also select the same color so we are able to see it clearly. So this is the first part. It will get you the data. Then it will look for who's gonna post this content. In this case, we have the system stated for Marcos, Vicky, and me. So why we have it different? Because we have another table that says user content, that we have all the data about ourselves. So we're gonna use the data we know about ourselves to be able to personalize even further the content. So we have a short bio in here. We have all the data about our LinkedIn profiles. We run the 50 latest posts that we make. We extract the tone. We extract the CTA that we use more oftenly. So you can use the same process to onboard your sales teams. Just run it in autopilot and be able to onboard it quickly. This is the brand guideline that I was showing you before. So we have here all the guides on how to create images. This is a new part of the workflow right now. And we extract all that using this lookup for single row in our table function in Clay that looks for the account name, and it will give us back all the content that we have in that other table, and we use that content to customize the post. So then we have a manual checking process. Let's say I don't like this content idea. I just don't click it and I don't waste any credits on creating a post based on that idea. But if I like it, I just click it.
Or you can edit the idea as well. Of course, you can
Sure.
like tweak it until you like it, and then you press approve.
Yeah. So every time you approve it, you start the content process creation. And the process goes like I told you, we create 3 different angles, and then it will return here. This is another table that we have 41 examples and title formulas that we extracted from other creators that are really effective on LinkedIn. So we use the same formulas to create 50, in this case, give me 49, I don't know why. It's missing one, but 50 content titles. And then use the content titles and the 3 angles to be able to create one last piece of content that you can edit as well. You can give the AI feedback, and in here, so if you add any feedback in here, you can have another column to process the feedback and create you a new version of that copy. And finally, you can have this post visuals column that will create you that if you change it, you can create everything, but a GIF idea, a carousel idea, video idea, an image idea, a meme idea, whatever you need. So you will have all the ideas here, and you can select here which one you like it better. So let's say I like the image one, so it'll give me back the result here, and this will be the input to create the image. So this is the process that we created. Of course, it's getting improvements over time, but let's see an example of how the image looks like. I have just run it, so I don't know the results here. Okay, this is an example of a GPT-4o High, which is the best model yet to create images. If we compare the same image idea here with another model here, you can see that the difference between models is that the words are understandable, first of all, and it respects better the idea here that says title, the 10K mistake that changed everything, visual, split screen, design showing, left side, red circle with X, and 10K with scattered email icons. So we have here the icons, the X, the 10K, and here green checkmark with Clay, blacklist, and organized filter data. Okay, it kind of looked like organized. And the bottom step-by-step number list 1 to 5 in clean typography. This is not good. I don't like that. But if you compare it with another model, this is crazy. It doesn't have anything in common with the prompt. Okay, so this is a new feature in Clay that you can use just by clicking on Use AI and select the use case here.
You guys know how fast these things, advance. So this is the very first initial tests we're pretty sure that at some point soon we will be able to replace the tasks that we delegate to, to the graphic designer. So it's a shocking, new technology that is also replacing some human labor in this case. And imagine this at scale, right? Like once it's fine-tuned, and if you want to run this for a 100 people sales team, you can do it with a few clicks. It's really crazy.
Totally. So yeah, that's how the system works. And in our at least assessment right now, GPT-4o high, and this model I'm not sure the name of it. I think it's Flux One Dev are the best one. But also GPT Medium is good enough, but they are not kind of creating content that really. Well, this one it's okay. I don't say that it's not the
It's
worst
getting
case.
there. Getting there. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Um, so if you are not creating content because you don't have time, probably implementing something like that will be able to start creating content. And then, if you are confident that these strategies are work for you, you can use these AI creating models, or you can use just an enrichment to send these details about the image that you want to create to your graphic designer, so it will be faster. But as
Yeah,
you can see
I believe
here,
I believe AI is already there in terms of building the high quality visual. I mean, the 4.0 high, is that the name of the model? But the issue or the deficit is on the performance of a prompt. Like right now, we are prompting with text, and if you prompt with images in a, like ChatGPT regular window, then the outcome would be way better. So once we figure out a way to input visuals into the prompt, the results will be way more accurate and more aligned with the brand guidelines.
yeah, if you have some images as reference and you have it in a URL, you can use it in the prompt as well, as an example. That's something that you need to experiment as well and check it out. This is reference image URL. Um, Probably will increase the quality of that. So check it out, try it out, and let us know if you find a way to get really high quality images. Uh, Today post my post today was created by using this prompt. I think it was this one. Let me check this one. I like it. I don't have a complaint about it. I know that it's not high
It's
quality,
terrible.
but I think it's clear because the post talked about how to normalize data, URLs data. So I think it makes the point. So that's how the process works. Do you have
Yeah.
any questions so far? Like I told you, you can connect your clay table to post directly using Canva integration, for instance, or you can use to create just the image. You can send the image as in a newsletter or in a cold email as well. You can do anything that you like with that content. So that's awesome about Clay, because it have so many integration, and if it doesn't have any integration with the tool that you like to, you also have the capability to send an HTTP API call. So it's really useful. You can always use transcripts to object customer objections to create hooks. That's really interesting as well. You can repurpose top performing content to different platforms, or even use the same content, just ask the AI to rewrite the same content in different tone, and then post it. You can even identify pattern interrupting statements, scraping your competitors' posts. And yeah, there are many ideas here. I love how this is going really crazy right now. but it's an iterative process. So if you like to share your results as well in the community in Slack, we're happy to chat. And as Marco was saying, if you're interested in having a free LinkedIn content assessment call, let us know. Just publish on LinkedIn about this webinar, this workshop, and
Yeah.
we're happy to jump on a call with you.
Yeah, we are also, running these weekly workshops once a week. We are planning to start also doing some sort of clay one-on-one or clay fundamentals. Start mixing up these two types of events. Understanding that this event is more like experimental on the flows that we are working on and opening up with the community, but then have another type of event to get together with people that is newer to clay, that still needs to go through the basics and the fundamentals. So yeah, those are the news.
Any questions?
Okay. Also, we're gonna send a follow-up email with the recording. We're gonna upload it on YouTube as well. But if you have time to leave feedback to us, we really appreciate it. We really appreciate you being here. I see like many people that is coming for the third, the fourth time, and that means a lot to us. So leave us feedback on how to make this more fun and better.
All
Uh,
right.
yeah,
No
we have
questions.
some more minutes. Uh, Maybe
Thanks,
mention
Joe,
what
for the claps.
mention Dan's message. I've seen some folks have a few different carousel templates for their more regular branded posts, and will map carousel slide field values to Canva for auto generation.
Yeah, you can do that as well. In Canva, you have the function to create like templatized images, so you can fill out with the words, with the phrases that you like to fill out. So we create the same template each time. The thing is that over time, people get bored of the same template. That workflow on Make looks complicated. Can you provide a step-by-step guide for the same? Yeah, it's kind of difficult. Let me show you here. Let me walk you through really quickly what it does. Again, you can create a Zoom watch for new transcript. This is a function in Make, really easy to find. This get meeting, use the same meeting ID to get details about the meeting, like the name of the person we're meeting, the name of the meeting, and so on. We storage that in a database in Make. So we have all the data in a database to use it in the future. For instance, to create follow-ups. And then we have this feature that download the transcript to be able to upload it into Google Drive, because we would like to have those transcripts, because after some time we delete our Zoom recordings to keep our Zoom folder linear, because you have a kind of a cap of how many gigabytes you can handle on Zoom. This GPT will categorize if the transcript was from a meeting, a sales meeting, or from a coaching program. So it's a yes, no question, it's a proposal, yes, no, it's a coaching session, yes, no. It's really easy prompt, and when it gets the result, we have a router that filters down if it was a proposal or if it was a sales coach session. And then we have this part that create the proposal. Probably we'll cover that in another meeting, in another workshop, because it's also complex to do that. But let's go back to the content idea. Here we have an AI that will create the content ideas. This prompt was not so easy to craft, being sincere about that, because you need to have clarity about the subcategories that you like to have, the ICP. You need to have really clarity about what you want to get in terms of strategy of the content. So it will give you back the result for you. There is a tool in GPT that's called the the prompt engineer. We always recommend people to use it. It's a free GPT that will help you to improve your prompts. So every time you are creating a new prompt, first ask the GPT. It will help you spot ways to improve it, and then you can iterate on that improvement. And yeah, I will send the proposal to Slack in case we have the proposal. And here we have two flows. So every time we have the proposal, it will storage in our Notion database because we have our CRM in there. And then we send that all the post ideas into an iterator to be able to separate every string of content ideas into different ones to send it to a Google Sheet. So in this sheet, we are able to store all the LinkedIn post ideas and CTAs. We do it that way because in some cases, in Clay you don't have the capability to undo actions. So probably if you change something and you delete it, you won't be able to recover that. So a Google spreadsheet is a good way to storage data. And as well, because if you use Apify, you were able to scrape this Google Sheet and send it to Clay really easily. You don't have any, you don't have to have the Explorer plan. With the Starter plan, you will be okay to do that. And yeah, that's how the workflow works. It's the same case here for coaching sessions. Create the content ideas, and then have an iterator and send it to Google Sheets. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, so we're about to get on time. Any other questions? Nilesh, when you're reaching out on direct message on LinkedIn, do you use the same content ideas generated, or there is a different workflow for post? Yeah, for direct messages, we use a different workflow. We're gonna cover that probably in another workshop. You can scrape data about your leads before creating the copy, and then use the copy for that. You can use this workflow that we were presenting today to spot pain points, to spot, questions, to spot different things that you're gonna be using in these direct messages. But for direct messages, we use a different workflow. Hey, nice to see you, Leo. I didn't see you there. We have some customer questions we gathered. How does the translate to this process? Okay, so if you have a customer questions, and you know that these customer questions are really good to creating content, if you have it on Clay, let's go back to Clay. I think this one is the one. In our case, we're creating content automatically, but also we're creating content manually. So I can create a piece of content idea just by creating a new row, and I set it here. So if you have a list of questions of your leads, you can put the content idea, just create me a LinkedIn post covering or answering this particular question, and you can paste the same idea here for every question that you have, and you can create manually a lot of post ideas and CTAs, and then just click on run it, and you will be able to run the same process manually. You can also have kind of the same process in Make to be able to spot questions and send it to Clay. So yeah, this is really customized. So every process that you like to add in Clay, you will be able to do that. That's the major, I would say, the best quality of Clay is that it's like clay. You can mold it at your needs.
That's right.
All right. Thank you for your
All right.
feedback.
Yeah, it seems like it was a fun one. Yeah, we'll keep you posted about the next topic, the next workshop, and when we'll be launching the Clay one-on-one sessions as well. Thank you for showing up today.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Talk soon.